Now listen to this. What is the Latin word for black? And now I want Nigerians. We have now come to the main point this evening. I want Nigerians to be looking at their green, white, green flag. Wherever you are, if you're in Abuja, if you're in Lagos, if you're in Kaduna, bring your green, white, green flag closer. We are about to do a very simple experiment, please. What is the Latin word for black? I want you to Google. As I'm Googling, please try and do the same thing. What is the Latin word for black? Simply go to Google and Google it, please. And we are doing good. It's interactive now. We want to do everything together like one happy family. So I am writing. What is the Latin meaning of the word? We're live of the word black. I'm sorry you cannot see it. I'm not that tech savvy. What's Latin meaning of the word black? What's the Latin meaning of the word black? Black. What is it? Go to your Google and you put it in. We are live and interactive. We have come to the stage whereby if Facebook doesn't shut me down now, they don't shut it down again. Right now, go and Google the meaning of the word black. The Latin meaning of the word black. And bring your Nigerian flag closer. Green, white, green. Bring it close. To tell you where your stupidity started from. What is black? In Latin, it means nigger. Negros, or the adjective is nigger. What is that nigger? I want to tell you what God did, Elohim. I want to tell you why you are black in Africa, all of us. And I want to prove to you that the name Nigeria is cursed. And then after tonight's program, you will see need and reason why Nigeria should not exist. I'm not going to add anything to this. I want to do something. I want to read comments. Somebody should tell me I'm reading. If I move to the left, it means I'm checking Radio Biafra. If I'm here direct, it is my page on Facebook Live. I want somebody to tell me the Latin, Google it, the Latin meaning of the word black. This UG, do you know what it means? It means Negro, number one. The adjective is nigger or Niger. If you look, you think it's Niger State, Niger, Niger, Nigeria. Latin, meaning of the word black. Then we proceed. What does it mean? Those who brought the word black, this Negro and Nigeria, what did they have in mind? Who are they trying to describe? That's the meaning of the adjective, isn't it? To qualify, to describe something. What is it? Hey, now you are in for a shock. The name Nigeria. It means black, we know. It means something that is dark, we know. It means something that is ill omen, bad luck, ill omen. So Nigeria is bad luck. Not me, oh. Go to Google. Google self. Who are these people self? Nah, Google. Who are these people? I have not seen anything here. Oh. I have not seen anything here. Somebody is saying I shouldn't talk about Democrats in America. You see how foolish people are. That the election is pregnant. Black people always afraid to speak the truth. Joe Biden is a racist. We have it on record. Forget all the nonsense in South Africa was saying about apartheid. He is a conk racist. I have it here. And we'll find it this time and play it. Go to Google now. Go to Google and find the meaning of the word black. Nobody herself. Are they listen to me or not? Huh? It means Negro. It means Niger. Niger State. Capital Mina. Niger Republic in French. Nigeria, area of black, useless people. And what does it mean? It means ill-omened. It means, Nigeria means pitch black. Nigeria means unlucky. The people that coined the word black and called you nigger, Nigeria. So a name that is banned in America, Negro, is what you're answering in Nigeria. Do you see your life? Do you see, hey, I'm an intellectual, I'm a professor. Those IPOB, they are miscreants. I have 4 degrees from Princeton, from Harvard. Do you know the meaning of your name is ill omen? Omen. Ill omen. Do you know that your name is unlucky? Do you know that? That you are a nigger. You are a Negro. Nigger. And I'm proud to be a Nigerian. That is why if you call me a Nigerian, God, Satan will punish you upon the punishment you have. Thunder will fire you. All of you refer to me as a Nigerian, and God in heaven will punish you and punish your family. Ill omen, unlucky, nigger, negro. That's your name. A name a white man gave to you. A name you're fighting very hard to maintain. Do you see how foolish you are? As a Nigerian? Do you see how foolish you are? Your name means, it's here now, unlucky. It means black, gloomy. It means dismal, something that is dismal. Hey, obscure, you cannot see it. There is no light. It's obscure. That's the meaning of the word Nigeria. I'm giving it to you now, live and direct. Something you will not hear anywhere else in the world. Here you will hear it. Hey! Now, nigger area. Who named you Nigeria? A racist. What is Niger State? It means unlucky, ill-omened, gloomy, dismal, obscure. I'm from Niger State. We Niger State indigenes. Do you see why blacks are useless? We are useless. God knows we are useless. Blacks are useless. Useless to the core. Nigeria. Look at Niger. They named you Niger Republic for French. Nigeria for English. And I ask you, you that is saying you're from South or Niger Delta. I don't want to go there. Oh, dear me. I want to ask those of you from Obomosho in Yoruba land or from Ijebu-Ode. That is Niger Republic, which means nigger, up near Sudan. You're a Nigerian from Obomosho. Are you related by blood? How come? Are you witnessing your stupidity live and direct? Do you see how foolish you are when you call yourself a Nigerian? Do you see how daft you are? You are unlucky. You are ill-omened. You are dismal. You are gloomy. That is your name. And you expect NEPA to give you light. When your name is darkness, you want NEPA to give you light. Hey, Chineke me, unbelievable. What is the origin of the word black? Who originated it? It's from Europe now. It's from Europe. And then let us look at what white means. Dear me, it means purity, clean, pure, radiant. And what does everything is there, you can see it. What in the Bible that we have, in that Bible that, what's their name? Adeboye is stealing, bleeding you dry from. Facebook has come. I told you. From 25,000, we have now gone to, they've taken away 900 people, which means 9,000 people. I told you, there is no way we cannot remain like this and finish this. Impossible. They can't allow it. But we continue to preach. We continue to preach. Hey, dear me. What does it mean in Christianity? Black is the color of mourning. What does it mean? It means mourning. Black. Somebody should type it in Google, please, and publish it for the world to see. What is the meaning of, listen, Google meaning of the color black in the Bible. In the Bible, what is the meaning of nigger? This Nigeria you're answering. That's what we're getting at. Because if you agree that black is a Negro, nigger, what does the Bible tell you about Nigeria? Now you see, we are now going a bit spiritual. What does the Bible tell about Nigeria? I'm about to tell you. The Bible says that Nigeria is a place that lacks brightness, that is no light. It does not reflect any light back. Which means all they do is to take in from people. They don't give a day. The same way we're consuming a toothpick, toothbrush, everything we import is even in the Bible. It's here now. I'm reading it now. I googled it and it is here. The meaning of the color black in the Bible. So Nigeria means in the Bible a place that is backward. No light. They consume everything. Even the curse of the name Nigeria is in the Bible itself. But if you go to church now, they only take you to where you pay your tithe, you sow your seed, you water your plant. But on Radio Biafra will tell you the truth. I told you after today, your life will no longer be the same. I'm asking you to go and check it out. You'll be astonished. You'll be astonished. That is how the world flows. So you're in Nigeria now? How many of you, after this night, in Nigerian? I said, how many of you are Nigerians? I'm asking you. How many of you are? The zoo cannot think critically. They cannot reason. That's why they say, I said, I will be arrogant. I went to school, I'm educated, I'm refined. If I stand you in a debate, I will demolish you within 2 minutes. Complete deconstruction in 2 minutes. I will obliterate you with facts and figures. If you're intelligent, let us go and have a debate. I finish you completely. Go. You didn't go to school and you want to challenge somebody who's educated. How is that possible? You went to school and you read with lantern and palaka. You used palaka to read. And they gave you a third-rate law degree and you come out and you think you can challenge me? You must be insane. Completely insane. We are live and we are direct and the whole world is listening. We are educating ourselves today to tell you how bad a black person is. Evil. Embodiment of evil. A black man is evil. I'm trying to prove it to you. So that if you survive tonight, by tomorrow, you'll be a changed person. Your life will be way better than it is tonight. That is what we are praying for. And that's exactly what we are going to get. I want somebody to, there's something called the psychology of black. Something called the psychology of black. I want somebody to Google it. The color psychology of black. The color psychology of black. Hey, Zoo is in trouble. We are dealing with Nigeria. The color psychology of black. Oh, dear me. Unbelievable. 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 Black is often used as a symbol of menace or evil. Black is for death and mourning. So when Boko Haram are killing you, you're just fulfilling what the whole world, because you are the name that you answer. How many people come out today to answer Jezebel? A simple example. How many people will name their daughter as Jezebel? I'm asking you a simple question. Will you name your daughter Jezebel? No. But you call yourselves Nigerians nigger, a condemned word, a name that doesn't resonate. Very, very sad indeed. Very, very sad. Of course, Facebook, they are doing their job now. I thought they went to sleep before. They are now doing their job. They are now doing their job because the whole world is listening. The whole world is listening. And because white people radiate light, that is why we answer the light of God. You need light to be able to see. If you're in darkness, pitch black, you cannot see. And that is what is happening in Nigeria. People cannot see. They cannot see. They're blind. And here we make you try to see the light. Very, very important. One of the greatest rulers in the history of Belgium is King Leopold II. King Leopold. He went to do a lot of job for them in Congo. And to an extent, I think he may have succeeded in Congo, colonized the place. But today, they're pulling his statues down in Antwerp, in Bruges. Everywhere they find his statue, they're taking it down. His family is still ruling. I want to let you understand how white people reason. I said the family of Leopold is still ruling, is a royal family that's still ruling Belgium till today. Should I say his great-grandchildren are in charge. No, not great. His grandchildren are in charge of Belgium. King Leopold. Yet, white Belgians went and destroyed his statues because they have conscience. Something that blacks don't have. Something the Yoruba race don't have and may never have in their entire existence on this earth. It takes courage and conviction to have the presence of mind to confront evil. Nobody has been able to tell me why a nation of 70 million people, because of 8 years of political power, will sit idly by and impunity will be happening on a daily basis. Nobody can tell me why. In Belgium, despite their colorful history, despite the fact that the grandchildren of this man are sitting on the throne of Belgium, ordinary white people went out and destroyed the statues of King Leopold. Courage and conviction. And here, that is what we believe in. But not Abacha has a stadium. Abacha has a stadium named after him. Pa Edwin Clark is an influential man in a Jolland, but he was a traitor. He sold his own land for money, and he was rewarded with the chairman of Pandef. His father was a traitor during the war. He was rewarded with Hanese as a chairman. Are you surprised? That is why they're killing us. They cannot talk. They can't speak. Can't you see? And I will analyze his letter later on. Here, you see, I have it here. The letter he wrote to the 30-year-old boy. That was why when the British came, they saw the light in Biafra. In here, Chineke, they saw it in Arochukwu. And they said that you have no history, as I told you before. And I want everybody to go to Google again, because we are lecturing today, and type in the word Sambation. I want to teach you something this very day that will shock even our enemies. Go to Google and you type in this word, please. Sambation. It's called Sambation. It's called the Sambation River. I give Elohim praise. Sambation River. Go and, as I'm reading it, I want you to be reading it, please. Sambation River. So you'll be shocked. I told you everything I tell you is gospel from heaven. I don't add anything of mine. As I'm giving the message from heaven, I give it to you. 3 people make up the Biafran people. The whole of Biafra. Forget all these other names. The whole of Biafra. The Igbo people, the house of God, and his nephews, Ephraim and Manasseh. Are you listening to me? There are the ancient Ndibo, the ancient people were there. The first wave of migrants came from Egypt. The second wave came from Samaria. 3 people. One came from Egypt, Sudan, Niger, Yoruba land into Igbo land. First wave, the house of God. The house of Ephraim and Manasseh came through Egypt, came through Djibouti, went through the upper lands of Ethiopia, came into the Afar region of Ethiopia, proceeded through the Central African Republic we know today, into Cameroons, and into Biafra land. The third and the final wave that came. 3 people make up the land of Biafra. 3. And when I say that Biafrans are Israelites or Hebrew, not all of it. I've told you this before, so there'll be no confusion. I want you to go and type in Sambation. Some spell it S-A-M-B-A-T-I-O-N. S for sugar, A for apple, M for mother, B for bravo, A for apple, T for tango, I for India, O for Oscar, and N for November. You can find it, Sambation. I read it. Oh dear me. In the earliest literature, where do I begin? What is Sambation? It is the mythical river. It is the mythical river. Oh God in heaven. A river of stone. A river of stone that took Jews to every part of the world. There was a man that wrote many centuries ago. Many centuries ago. Unbelievable. This is shocking. Shocking. I'm telling you. The river Sambation flowed beyond the rivers of Abyssinia. Remember when I told you about the Afar region and I told you about Biafra, yes, and Biafra. This man is saying that the exact place that we located on the map as to have Biafra in it during the migration was where this very river was located. And these are Jewish scholars of note. Josephus, Pliny the Elder. These people were writing in the ancient days. In ancient days. Even an Arabian writer, his name is Abraham Abulafia. And this same river was mentioned in 2 Kings as well in the Bible. The river that flowed beyond the rivers of Abyssinia. And where is Abyssinia? Is Ethiopia. If you go beyond Ethiopia, it becomes the kingdom of Biafra. It's here. I didn't write it. Everything we tell you is gospel. Everything we tell you is gospel. Absolute gospel. Some people don't understand. They don't reason very well. But here we reason. Go and research it. Sambation is an assignment. Go and read it. Then you will understand the miracle that Elohim is doing in our lives. You must understand it. They say you have no history. I don't know that the British discovered something they never wanted anybody to see. They said, your name is now Nigeria. It means gloomy. It means dark. It means evil. Oh dear me. They said that the most credible account is that given by a Jewish writer and traveler. The most credible. His name is Eldad the Danite. You know, the tribe of Dan. In his letter to the Jews in Spain in the year 883 AD, he said, who are we? And the children of light. The children of light. There's something I want to play for you. There is something that I wish to play for you that the whole world may understand it. To know who we are. To know why we are agitating for Biafra. To tell the so-called misguided, foolish elders that cannot see, that are not learned, to let them understand why we do what we do. They know nothing. That is why we are the way we are. There are two people that God controlled from heaven. The Israelites and those that he sent to Biafra land. Only two. The Israelites revolted and said, give us a king so we can be like other nations. And Chukwukabiyama gave them Saul. Do you know the funniest thing? The Igbo race never asked for a king. Instead, they named their children Chibueze, that God is king. That is why if you come out in Biafra land in those days, I say Igbo land as an example because they're the ones maintaining it. And you say to somebody you're a king, they'll tell you to go and be a king to your wife and your children. Igbo and I beg. Now you understand how special we are. Now you understand why I fight for Biafra to be free. And I want my Yoruba brethren to understand, once Biafra is free, you're also very free. You'll be very rich, I assure you. Because it's a blessing from God in heaven, not man. And this is what the British never wanted you to know. They don't want you to know this, never. Because they want us to be saying it. And being a black man from Africa, if you're saying it, people won't believe you. The British saw this. That was why they said we must amalgamate them. They found Nnamdi Azikiwe, and Nnamdi Azikiwe was a willing tool of the devil. And he agreed. Mazi Nnamdi wanted him. He said no. I'll play it again so you hear how special you are. I want you to understand how special. Some of you don't know why we fight for Biafra. This is the reason why. We are the oldest of the oldest, the very ancient people. When I tell you that Igbo language is word that speak in heaven, you're doubting me. That is what they speak in heaven. The angels address God Almighty in Igbo language. This is the reason why the oldest civilization on this earth is in Igbo land, the center of the whole world. Let's listen to this man once again. I'm excited about it.
Right.
Listen.
This is a great people. This is a great nation.
Great nation.
There was a country.
That was a country.
And then later when I learned something most people don't know.
Most people don't know this.
There is a plausible argument that democracy began in Igbo land.
Democracy.
The very first written constitution on this planet was written by the Igbo people.
The Igbo people wrote the first constitution. But Europeans don't want the world to know. Because they are wondering, if that is the case, why did God put people in Africa? That's so backwards. And I'm saying to them, God sent us to Africa to bring light into Africa. That's our job. In here, Chineke, in our villages, in here, which means light, is in Anambra, it's everywhere you go to. Do you now see who we are? The first written constitution in CBD, the first. I want to listen to this man more, please. Let's listen to him.
The very first democracy that involves self-governance.
Self-governance.
For everybody.
Autonomous community.
Not just the Greek wealthy, but everybody was in Igbo land.
Igbo land.
And the very first democracy that permitted women leaders.
The first, anywhere when America was saying give women a vote, this is our mothers, so we are rulers. They rule the families. When women are talking in our culture, men don't come out. You don't dare come out. Can you say it? Can you hear who we are? When I hear all these fools in Abuja and in Lagos, all these riffraffs talking rubbish, I feel sorry for them. That is why we are harsh with any idiot that calls himself an elder who doesn't know history. What we are fighting for is to protect something that anybody will be envious of. This is who we are. And we started worshiping idol. Somebody will go to the farm and cut a wood. Or Pierre will say, you cut an idol, rubbish. You bow down before an idol. And God took away all the blessing he gave us. Said, go and worship idol, then that's what you want. That's why we're in a mess. God gave us 700 years to come out of it. We continued in idol worship. And he sent the British. The Arabs came. He said, no, I don't want you to do it. He sent the British instead. Go and conquer them. And as you're conquering them, you're going with the Bible, the Old Testament and the New Testament. If they are smart, God said, if they are smart, they will go to Old Testament and see who they are. And that was what we did. Oh my goodness. Let's listen.
Was in Igbo land.
Igbo land.
The West, Europe, we were still in the Dark Ages.
Europe was nothing. You see all these white men building aeroplane and going to the moon, they were nothing. When Biafra land was bubbling, when the kingdom of Biafra was at its peak with God Almighty in heaven as the undefeated king, Europe was nowhere. They were in the Stone Ages. They were nothing. Oh dear me.
And yet the Igbo had figured out a way to have a just and meaningful government and a just and meaningful society and due process and fairness. And to this day, you see a great...
Listen, due process and fairness. These things are weaved into our idioms we have, our proverbs. This is a white man teaching you who you are. Fairness. Which is the foundation of our constitution. Fairness. I want the world to hear this. Biafra means fairness. You can never cheat anybody and get away with it. Never. In Biafra land. Oh God in heaven. Some idiots come up and they say they're elders. They know nothing. They are promoting one Nigeria, bringing the curse of God upon them and on their children. They know nothing. God said you cannot go into Nigeria, you're not a Nigerian. I asked the British to come to show you who you are, that you may return to me, that I may reestablish my kingdom. Before I researched and I found it, I used to tell you that Biafra is the kingdom of heaven on this earth. I told you that before. Before I did research and I discovered it. And I've shown it to you. It's on my page. Go to scroll down, you will see it. Kingdom of Biafra is there written. Which means that the name couldn't have come from anywhere else. Apart from the people that they gave it to. A white man is not telling you who you are. The first organized system of government in the whole world. With fairness weaved into it. Fairness. That's who we are.